Hi Aquarius, welcome to your mid-February 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. So, you're going to be the man or woman of the hour in a matter of days. As I am recording this, it'll be 2 days before the new moon in your sign. So most of you will experience this in the first house. For some of you, later degrees, like the last 5 degrees, this may be more of your 12th house new moon, but that one can also be a time of envisioning what you want to bring to fruition in the next year as well. Even though the full moon for a few of you, or a small percentage, will not be in the first house, it will still be a time when you can kind of like visualize your new life as you want it to become. The first house is more of the outward manifestation of, the new cycle. The 12th house is actually the end of an old cycle, but it can be the womb, if you will, because the circle is never ending. So you always go from the 12th to the first house. And so just new beginnings. You already have other planets in that house, a Mercury retrograde in that house, and that can be a time of really rethinking some things in your life as well. So let's see what is showing up in the tarot. Well, it's funny. I said material and I meant the tarot, which is kind of a strange mistake to make, but the first 3 cards are all Pentacles, and that is about material energy, so I wasn't far off. Oh no, you didn't. Are you kidding me? Oh, this looks like cha-ching time here. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, why should I be surprised? Because you already have this astrological powerhouse. All these planets in your sign. I think Venus is still in Aquarius. So why shouldn't it be like this? Or did Venus even go into Aquarius yet? I don't know. After I did your forecast, I just I don't pay attention past when I do the forecast. Some things I retain, some things I don't. But I do think it's going to be there all month, or until the end of the month. So the heart of the matter is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen has a motherly energy, which we associate with the water element. So I really think about kind of nourishing or tending to your finances in a very kind of intuitive way, but also this, being connected at a deeper level than just, looking at it as a budget, but also this idea of the home and enjoying that environment. If I said to you that I don't think of Aquarius as a really homebody kind of sign, would you take offense at that, or would you think that I was incorrect? Because that's just how I feel about it. I can't say if it's true or not, but that's just how it seems to me that your sign is. And yet there may be something that is compelling you to be in the home, or maybe it's job related, but you're finding out that you connect with it emotionally, that you're enjoying the comforts that your home provides you. It's a stark contrast from the past position, where we have the 5 of Pentacles. So there may be, perhaps you've already gotten some kind of financial assistance, possibly from a mother. I don't know, but I could also think of maybe working from home, raising your children at home, maybe homeschooling, but also starting or maintaining a business from home. If that's something that you're thinking about or that you're doing right now, the higher message is the 4 of Pentacles. This is this is the position that I don't read like literally. I'm looking at it from a higher perspective, and so you can see that the person is holding on to their money with their life. Like they're very connected to their finances, but perhaps in some cases too connected, holding on too tightly. Sometimes this card can indicate greed, but I think other factors would have to support that, because I don't think of Aquarius as a greedy sign. I think of Aquarius as a sign that tends to be financially more conservative. I don't know if I'm even true, right about that, but just in my experiences, it seems that Aquarius doesn't really, I don't think Aquarius is all that materialistic. The house that you rule is a mental house. I'm sorry, not a mental house. It's a house that deals with the intellect as it relates to technology, inventions and things like that. Being able to foresee things. So it's possible that you're tuning into the current energies in society, as a visionary, and feeling like I need to be very conservative, conserve my money at this time, and that is coming into some kind of conflict, because with the Queen of Pentacles, there can be a desire, or what you could be doing is really seeing the value in, enjoying your home space. And if you're the kind of person who before the shutdown was really like barely at home, you may have had a nice home, but you just weren't there that much. And now that you've been forced to stay at home, you may have kind of realized, or you've developed an appreciation for it, and maybe if other factors have supported going back into the workplace, you might be a little bit reluctant to now, because you have shifted your priorities and your mentality about that. And so I get these vibes about starting your own business, maybe from home, and perhaps the Four of Pentacles is like about, it's not how much you earn, it's how much you keep. So, if you're like crunching numbers and thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to be able to do it? Perhaps when you were working outside the home, you had a lot more expenses. You were eating out more, you had more daycare for children or what have you. So that could actually, cancel each other out, and there would be no disadvantage to staying at home. But I'm just kind of like interpreting in that way. That's more of like the universe supporting you. What crosses you is the Page of Pentacles, and sometimes these can be messages. Oh my gosh, don't talk to me about messages that get lost in translation with the Mercury retrograde. I have been experiencing this Mercury retrograde firsthand, and it's been a little bit of a butt kicker. And I mean, obviously this could happen to me at any time of the year, because I've had, computer breakdowns during times when it wasn't supposed to be that. And thankfully I'm not having technological issues, but other things, not emails not getting sent, or in one email, just things, not being able to communicate properly with people. So, just realize I'm doing this reading for the mid-month period. So when I come back, whenever I come back in a week or 10 days, and I do the rest of the month, that will cover the period when we're going to have Mercury turn direct. And this is in your sign, so you may be really feeling it. You may sense that this is not the right time to start something new, but it may be brewing in your head. And that's just what I'm talking about when I'm saying setting your intentions, is that it isn't necessarily something that you're going to take action on right away, but at least you're getting the ball rolling. What is coming in is the Nine of Cups. This is one of the cards that I was reacting to. This is wish fulfillment. That's another thing about the house that you rule, the 11th house, is that it's a house of hopes and wishes. And so that feeling of having your dream come true, having what you have wanted, what you've intended come to fruition, can feel very satisfying, and that's what this card represents. Can also be, even though it's a Cups card, it can actually speak of monetary gain. This can be the lap of luxury. This can be like you're living large. So I don't know, but that sounds pretty good to me with all these pentacles. My gosh, this seems like one thing after the other. And then the outcome is the Magician card. And, you know, the Magician is number 1. It connects to Aries, which is the first house. And it's all about this sense of autonomy, this sense of resourcefulness. Maybe, you know, that feeling of going from being dependent on outer things to being dependent on yourself. And I think of the 5 of Pentacles. That's like that can be a card of unemployment. And it's like saying, you know what, I think I'm going to hire myself. And then I don't have to worry about whether somebody hires me. I think I heard that from my partner. He says, why don't you hire yourself? And before I started doing this, I was really just kept going. And I just found some of the emails that I sent out, you know, with resumes and things like that. And I found things that I didn't even remember applying to. And that feeling was always kind of like, always felt bad because it felt like I was helpless. It felt like, you know, I was totally dependent on somebody else even acknowledging that they had received my resume or what have you. And I'm sure some of you know what that means. Especially if there, you know, are times in the economy which they say, oh, there's not that many jobs and stuff like that. And you can feel even more that the odds are stacked against you. And we can have such tunnel vision that we don't even consider that we do have alternatives. I think the Magician ultimately is about believing that you are a conscious co-creator. Just like this time right now when there's a new moon in your sign, and you can be very conscious about, like, this is what I would like, or this is what I want to happen in the next year. And you're not hemming and hawing and saying, oh, wouldn't it be amazing if this could happen? This is what I want. Like you're ordering from a menu. And that's the kind of thing. It's not arrogant. It's really believing that you have power, personal power. And so I hope that you have a wonderful birthday if you haven't had yours yet. And I hope that if you already had your birthday, that you had a wonderful birthday, Aquarius. This is such a great time for you overall, whether you can consciously feel that or not. It's there's a lot of support that you have. And even if you are not in that place of the Magician where you feel like you have the ability to order your life, there's still some things you can do. You can still kind of brainstorm and visualize what would be the ultimate version of your life that would make you really happy. And as long as you don't analyze it and saying, oh, that would never happen, but you just think about it, I think that can be a great springboard. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. I do a lot of astrological interpretations and readings based on that, but I also do tarot. Take care. Thanks for watching. See ya.